Be sure to catch the next episode of Just Talking It Up on iTunes, Stitcher, your favorite podcast app, or on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
Hey, you forgot our names.
No.
You did. You forgot our names.
Don't be silly. I'm Janet, your Crash, see?
She's just like a goose. She wakes up in a new world every day.
This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 8th of April. I'm James Spann. Warmest weather so far this year coming up, and maybe some severe weather before the week is over. So let's take a look at some of the Skycam shots around the network this afternoon. We'll start off with the Birmingham Skycam. At that site, the sky is mostly cloudy, looking north from the top of the Daniel Building in downtown Birmingham. But in Tuscaloosa, got some decent blue patches overhead. And way down south, there's the Alabama Gulf Coast, as seen from the Skycam at the Phoenix All Suites. The lead impulse that brought some severe weather to Kansas and Missouri yesterday is moving up through the Great Lakes this evening, but the big trough is digging back into the southwest United States, and that'll be the one that will bring our next chance of rain and storms on Thursday. Temperatures not too bad this afternoon, mostly 70s, but look at Montgomery. They've soared to 82. Wow, at mid-afternoon. Birmingham at 76, similar readings for Anniston and Tuscaloosa. But around the nation, very cold air nosing into Montana. That'll drop south into Wyoming and Colorado, setting up a big late-season snowstorm tomorrow. And out that way, we have winter storm watches and warnings from Utah and Colorado north up through parts of Wyoming, Nebraska, the Dakotas, and Montana. Blizzard warnings in effect for parts of Colorado. This is going to be a nasty snow for those folks here in mid-April. And around here, that's about the big issue. The pollen levels are sky high, and they'll stay that way through Wednesday. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. You can see it. Looks like haze, but it's pollen. We'll see some improvement Thursday as the rain and storms move in. In terms of the warm sector, this is the convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. There's the standard slight risk for parts of the nation's heartland. Tomorrow, a risk of severe weather, the standard slight risk from South Texas up through Oklahoma, parts of Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and Iowa. The enhancement includes places like Abilene, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Wichita. Then on day 3, which is Wednesday, the risk runs from the western Gulf Coast all the way up to near Chicago and Indianapolis. And the enhancement on day 3 includes places like Jackson, Memphis, Little Rock, and Shreveport. And just beyond that, there's no formal risk on day 4, but they'll probably introduce it tomorrow for Thursday. No doubt we will have some risk of strong to severe storms here on Thursday, and we'll take a look at that modeling here in just a moment. Here's the rain for the next 5 days. This carries us through Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. Amounts here showing up between about 1.5 and 2 inches. And the bulk of that would be on Thursday. We'll look at modeling. This is the 12Z GFS, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock local time, at 500 millibars. Big trough in the southwest. Down below that, the surface low is under 1,000 millibars over the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. That's a big, nasty snowstorm there for parts of Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Nebraska, back in the cold air. And, of course, in the warm sector, south and east of the surface low, severe weather will likely break out. This is Wednesday. The surface low moves to a point near Kansas City. And again, we're pretty much dry on Wednesday. We're going to be warm. We'll see highs around 80 tomorrow and low to mid-80s on Wednesday. The GFS is showing 83. We'll have a capping inversion. We don't expect any rain. I think the Barons will be fine for their home opener Wednesday night. I can't say there's no chance of a storm, but it's a very small chance as all of the action stays off to the west. And again, those storms out there could be severe Wednesday west of the state. All right, this is Thursday. Got a full-length long-wave trough, full-latitude long-wave trough west of the state, so good dynamic forcing. Down below that, the surface low is pretty far north of here. It's located east of Chicago, and you can see a batch of showers and storms coming through. And again, this is 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon. And we should mention the GFS is the fastest model. Other models are slower. This is the NAM, the North American Mesoscale model. That's 7 p.m. Thursday. That's basically Thursday night, and it's got the storms coming in here. It's got a little secondary low that's around Nashville, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that. If we have a secondary low that forms north of here, that could enhance the backed winds and the low levels and maybe bring a little better tornado threat. This is the European. This is just after midnight Thursday night. This is 1 a.m. Friday. So really the NAM and the European are kind of suggesting Thursday afternoon and Thursday night. The GFS is faster. It's got it Thursday morning into mid-afternoon. We'll kind of side with the NAM and the European. We'll still say for now the main window for this event Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's our main 12-hour window. We'll look at some of the severe weather parameters. This is the instability coming off the NAM, valid at 4 o'clock local time Thursday afternoon. And those numbers are just not that impressive. The surface-based CAPE values are generally under 750 joules per kilogram. And for an April event, that's really not that overwhelming. You'd like to see those numbers a lot higher for a big event. But understand, you can have severe weather. Clearly, with that degree of instability, it's just not overwhelming. This is the bulk shear between the surface and 850 millibars. Same time, 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Numbers are pretty high. Those numbers are showing 30 to 45 knots of bulk shear in the lower 5,000 feet. But the EHI, the Energy Helicity Index values are not all that high, generally under 1. You want to see those numbers over 1 where you've got the green. And the main limiting factor here, it's the instability. The numbers are just not overwhelming. But as we get closer, we'll refine this and fine-tune it. But it sure looks like it's mainly going to be a squall line type event during the day Thursday. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. But the main threat would be from strong straight-line winds. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday. 1 to 2 inches of rain, by the way. Should be a good soaker. Friday, everything is gone. When the sky becomes mostly sunny, the high should be around 70. And a beautiful weekend coming up. Saturday morning will be cool with low 40s. And again, it's possible some of the colder pockets up in northeast Alabama might see mid-30s with a touch of frost. For most everybody, the frost risk for this season is over. The high Saturday should be in the low to mid-70s. The GFS is showing 73. Sunday, another nice day. Upper 70s, around 78. We do note the impulse south and west of here. And look what happens a week from today. All of a sudden, we go wet. This is a new look. And if this is right, showers and thunderstorms would come back a week from today, Monday, April 15th. So if we see that in future runs, we'll insert that in the forecast. Go out there a little deeper. This is April 17th. That still looks kind of wet, not really a severe weather look. And the end of the forecast on April 24th, that would be dry and mild, if that happens to be correct. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you can, watch us on ABC 3340 News on the live stream or the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.